Hello, hello. It's an impromptu live stream. Trey, hello, greetings. This is going to be a little shaky. I'm going to set that. Well, that's a bit of a bad angle. Let's see. How are y'all doing? Hey, Liz, how's it going? Cricket Green, hello. Awa, hello. Just a guy who plays games. Hey, Jester is here. Awa, missed you too. Julian, what is up? Homer Simpson is in the chat. Oh my gosh, everybody's here. What is going on? Cabbage Farmer's even here. Farming some of the good old cabbage. Trying to find the I'm on my wife's phone today, so I'm gonna be like a little off. Hey man, Abby, I appreciate you very, very much. Jonathan, we got Corey, who's there. I feel like I can't keep up with everyone. Do a flip. I can't do a flip. I just can't do it. Oh, I missed a question. Mafia Bro said, my question is, what is your thoughts on Batman Arkham Knight maybe having the Batman skin? I think it should. Legitimately, I think it should. I think it sucks that, by the way, I'm going to try and grab this stand here real quick because this is really, really shaky. Give me 1 second because Jill's doing stuff in the other room. Hey, Jilly, if you have a chance, could you find that stand for me? The one that we usually use for the camera? Is it right there?
It's attached to the Connect.
Oh, could you take the... Oh, okay, so should I just hold it?
Yeah.
All right, my shaky hands will be a kryptonite on this stream, but we'll do our best. Okay, so I was gonna say with that, I honestly think that it should have it for Arkham Knight having the Batman skin, but I'm a little disappointed because I'm not sure that it will. You know, Rocksteady's kind of left that game in the dust. So, also let me know if you guys can all hear me well. I appreciate it. Hey, Cosmic Wing, you inspired me to play Arkham Origins on my gaming channel. Thanks for that. Hey, dude, I'm glad you enjoy it very much. That game is underrated. It really is. It sucks because, like, I honestly think that game adds a lot of needed heart to that series. Like, legitimately, like, it characterizes Bruce Wayne. You know, it really does. Because those other games, they don't focus on the Bruce aspect at all, really, of this character. They just focus on Batman, right? And obviously they're the same person, but the thing with that is, well, I mean, here, we'll just walk over here for just a second. So I recently have been like changing around my comics wall on purpose, and the reason for this is because I want to do different types of set in each of them. And one of the things I was thinking about when I did this, because the first one I did was Batman themed, right? Was I was thinking about these characterizations, and like everybody memes on Adam. Obviously, Adam West, bit of a meme, but he's a legend, right? But one of the things they do all the time is Bruce Wayne, right? They show you him in his house, in his mansion, going around town. One of the things I love about Year One is that it focuses on Bruce and Batman. It's like, yes, they are a little bit separate personas, which is a little different than a lot of interpretations, but they do that. Even something like Keaton, you see a lot of nerdy Batman sitting around his house. You know, I think that some of my favorite versions of that character, they focus on both aspects of that character. It's something that I wish that Knight did better, but you know, it's whatever. It's in the past. You can skip out on Arkham Knight. It doesn't, or I'm sorry, Arkham Origins. You absolutely can. The thing that I hate about skipping out on it, because a lot of people did, is just that I feel like all you're getting is in-suit Batman time, and that's it. I just kind of think that I don't know, I think that kind of misses part of the charm of who he is. You know, so I think that it's one of those things that I really like because of that. Helps characterize him even more in terms of the overall story. But yeah, you don't need it. You definitely don't need it. I mean, honestly, you could skip like probably any of those and jump to the next one. You'd still enjoy them, which is one of the great things about that series. Somebody said something. I was going to look at blah, 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 blah. Oh, yeah, Liz said that the DCEU does have a lot of Bruce. I actually agree with that. Yeah, I mean, I know a lot of people meme on the Snyderverse stuff, but I think that they do a really good job with Bruce in them. How's my cat doing? She's doing good. She's taking a nap. She's upstairs just dead tired. Hyperion Rex. I was gonna say Hyperion Rex. You like Dark Knight more? Hey man, I get it. You know, I'm gonna walk around here. I established my credibility through personal objects. You know, I'm as much of a fan of the Dark Knight too as anybody else. You know, I have like the collections of them and stuff, like the steel books and stuff. But the thing with, I don't know, the thing with the Batman is I really feel like I guess it made me care more. You know, so like with the Dark Knight, obviously I care, but I feel like a lot of his characterization is set up through Rachel. And that's fine, you know, but like personally I just never really cared about Rachel. I never really connected with her that much. So it kind of hits a point for me with Rises where it's like he's just kind of sitting around and I don't know, feeling bad about Rachel, which I understand, but like I just didn't care for. You know, there's like a lot of stuff that I'm not like really a huge fan of in those movies, but the thing is Nolan is such a masterful movie maker. And I haven't really watched his interviews on this stuff. I know he's given some, but I genuinely think like his goal was more to make movies about Gotham, you know, not as much about Batman himself other than Begins. And I think that he did like a really good job of that. Like he did a really good job focusing on Gotham as a city and like showing the, I don't know, the, I guess, effect that these characters had on him. Sinal, I mean, I do all kinds of videos on Arkham Knight. What kind of one are you talking about? Jonka, hi Jay, I'm currently doing my GCSEs, I can't read, and aspire to be a history teacher. Is there any advice you would give as someone who has experience in teaching about what to expect as a teacher? Genuinely really depends on where you're teaching. You know, like, I mean, I have kind of like frustrating experiences with it in America, because that's where I taught. I think that teachers genuinely have a lot of like problems and hurdles here with like things like, I don't know, things like discipline and other stuff like that, where I think that you kind of run into an issue of not really being able to control your class very well, not being able to teach very well because like the disciplinary stuff. I know that there were teachers I knew who had like false accusations filed against them and like basically lost their career. Like this, I guess I should say my mom knew this person. So I don't know, like it's just one of those things where like I hate to be like a downer about it. There's a reason I didn't go into it, but it's like a super important field. Like you need it, you know what I mean, to affect these kids, right? Like to make the next generation of people. And the sad thing is like with teaching is that you will have all these parents, and I'm thinking, that's why I look off in the distance. You have all these kids whose parents will say things like, don't try and parent my kids. I do it at home, but they don't. They don't at all. Like, it's insane. The amount of kids that go to school without active parents in their lives is crazy. You know, it's just really sad. So I think that if you can kind of not step in and be their parent, but if you can be there in a role for these kids that is like helpful, you know, and encouraging their growth and telling them, you know, that they can kind of be what they want, you know, and they can kind of become who they want to be and be someone special and do things with their lives, and that it's not all hopeless and pointless. Because I think that a lot of times we're taught that, you know, it's like you're born into like a capitalistic society, you have to funnel into this specific work system for the rest of your life, and you're going to find your meaning there and all this stuff. I think that that's something that is sadly taught a lot of the times in schools and in our culture. And I think that if you can kind of teach kids like, no, like, you know, you can go your own way, you can do what you want to do, and you can be an important person. I think that that's kind of like the biggest impact you can have on those kids. Like, I found that the material I taught was important, but like making connections with people and like helping them figure out who they are is way more important than any like English literature I can teach them. Because I'd rather these people grow up to be good people, you know, than to be the most, you know, most intelligent reader of, I don't know, poetry of all time. Like the intelligence doesn't matter if you don't have good character. I guess that's kind of my advice, is focusing on that, even though it's like really, really hard. Noah, who is my ideal choice for a Batman sequel villain? Mr. Freeze. 100%. I should shut this off. That's kind of annoying, isn't it? Actually, well, that's a damned if you do, damned if you don't. The lighting's worse without my computer light on. But you see all these pictures in my glasses. None of you care. None of you care. It's okay. Keandre Flowers, hey Jay, what villains do you want to see in the sequel to the Batman? Yeah, definitely Mr. Freeze for me. You know, Barry's Joker is interesting, but I kind of hope that he's like a background thing until 3. That's my personal, I don't know, opinion. I hope, but I don't know if I expect to see that or not. Everybody goes for the Joker pretty quick because he's so iconic, and I can't blame him. Just Carson Lol, what's your favorite Infamous game? 2. Dude, this game, I don't know if any of you guys have a PS3, but if you do and you have not played these games are some of the most underrated superhero-like games ever. Infamous 1 is great. Thing is, you got to start with 1 if you're going to play these. Like, at least if you're going to play 1 and 2. You could technically play Second Son first, which is not 2, that's 3. But I recommend 1 and 2. I think they're even better. But 1 is fantastic. 2 is great. Love 2. It's like the best of both worlds. And actually, I'm even a big fan of... Where is it? I'm actually a big fan of Second Son as well. But I know a lot of people didn't like it, so... I don't know. Hopefully they come back with more. Cole is super underrated, Liz. I love Cole. Second Son wasn't as good as the original, says Mac. Yeah, I agree. It wasn't. I mean, Second Son had... Here's the thing. Second Son had, like, as good gameplay, right? And it went out of its way to be different and do, like, neon powers and smoke powers, like ember powers and stuff like that. That stuff was awesome. But I do think that it's frustrating that the character was not as good. Delson was not as interesting at all. Sorry about the shaky cam. I'm doing my best, but I kind of have hand tremors and I couldn't find my stand, so I'm just going to do my absolute best. I might set this down a few times. Dan asked me what are my thoughts on Will Smith. You mean like as an actor or like slapping the shit out of Chris Rock? You know what's funny about that? So, I mean, look at me. I'm in a room surrounded by Funko Pops with 80 people watching on YouTube. So like I'm not gonna like compare my accomplishments to Will Smith in any way, shape, or form at all. But like if you want like my personal like outsider, just a fan, you know, of acting take on that, it's weird. So here's why. At first I genuinely thought that was fake, 100%. Also, Pennywise, hello to Greece. I appreciate you. Stay greased up as always. But yeah, I mean, with Will Smith, I thought it was weird, right? Because here's the thing. You are like a really big pacifist type guy. Like I know he plays like you know, Deadshot and these other characters that kill people, obviously, but he's like a big preach peace guy. I wouldn't say he's like ultra like woke liberal type, you know, activist type, which is not even really an insult. I'm just saying I wouldn't say he's there, but like I'd say he's just like a very, hey, you know, we need to be a better example for people. Peace is good, you know, don't lash out at people. And then he was totally laughing at that joke. Like you can see it, like there's video after video. And then he looked over at his wife and she got mad, so he went and like did that, right? I genuinely thought it was fake. Part of me still thinks it could be. But it did look like it hurt. So, I mean, that goes both ways, right? Like, it could be, what is it? A great acting performance. You won an Oscar, right? But also, it's just kind of weird. Like, yeah, it's probably fake. I agree with Edward Nigma. Like, the thing is, the Oscars, I know that they sound like they're not an irrelevant event, but, like, this is replacing it. Not me. Not me at all. But like, you know, these huge guys like PewDiePie, Markiplier, all this stuff, like they have captured the hearts and minds of young people a lot more than I don't know, than actors. Like actors I think will always have a place and I think they always should, right? Like they're acting. But I think that for a long time people looked up to them like they were gods and like they were super, super important and better than everybody else. And I think that kind of recently people have been realizing like, oh, they're just the same as me, but rich, right? And I think that when you have something like this, like we're talking to each other here, like I can read Celeste's question here, what happened with Will Smith. Will Smith slapped Chris Rock after Chris Rock made a joke about Will Smith's wife balding, which is like, I guess it's like a hair condition that disproportionately affects black women. I didn't know that.
Why didn't you just get more hair?
That's a good point. Yeah, why didn't she just fix it? Yeah. No, but I mean, like, why didn't she just say no to having the condition? That's a good question. Why don't I just say no to my hand tremors? Um, it's kind of an issue because like the public perception around their relationship is really weird. It's really weird. Like, yeah, she shaved her head, but the thing is, she has like hair loss type stuff. Apparently, um, my understanding actually, Nightmare, is that it's not cancer; it's a different thing.
I think it's alopecia.
Yeah, alopecia. Jill, why are you yelling through the door if you didn't want to be in the stream?
Well, because you wouldn't answer my messages when I said them in the stream.
Well, I'm sorry, I didn't see your messages.
I asked you what color your pubic hair is, and you didn't answer.
Bright red. That's the answer. Here's what I'm getting at. TLDR, my whole thing with the Will Smith slap is like maybe it's fake, maybe it's real. If it's real, it's hypocritical because of the peace love stuff. If it's real, it's also weird because like isn't his son's friend destroying his wife? Like I'm just saying, like that August dude, that was his son's friend, right? Jaden's friend, and Will took him on a trip with his wife across the world, like in a private jet, so that he could like absolutely decimate his wife in bed, right? Like that's my understanding of it is like they have an open relationship and they sleep with other people. She constantly has shit on him in interviews about basically about like him cheating in the past, right? So that's kind of the thing where like she shit on him for cheating in the past before their relationship was open, but now their relationship's completely open both ways. Like he can do whatever he wants with whoever, she can do whatever she wants with whoever. They're not like doing threesome stuff. They're just out on their own with other people, right? So it's not even involving each other. I guess I just don't really understand that relationship. Like obviously it's not my relationship, but it just seems weird. Like it seems like I can't tell if they legitimately care about each other or if it's all for appearances. That's kind of my problem with Hollywood in general. Is like that happens a lot. So I don't know. Yeah, and Sofa said apparently he slept with Margot Robbie. I mean, hey, I'd do the same thing. The only difference is like for me, like I would think, now this is not me trying to judge people, but I would think that like now maybe Jada is not bisexual, I don't know. But I would think that if you want an open relationship, you'd be dating or married to someone who would be interested in doing that stuff with you, right? You know what I mean? Like the American dream, three musketeers. You know what I'm saying? But with those two, it's very odd. It's like the opposite. It's almost like they cut each other out of their own marriage. So I don't know. Yeah, it's Eli said thoughts on a solo Nightwing game. Where and when would you want it to take place, dude? They had it set up. Arkham Knight, like after Arkham Knight, could have easily done that. Yeah, could have easily done that. It's just ridiculous. I don't know. Liz says just take Nate's wife, and Nate's wife's boyfriend, for example. Yeah, I agree. No, but you know what's interesting about that whole thing? I don't know. I don't know. I just find it weird because like you had a setup after Arkham Knight. Like look at Gotham Knights. It was all set up. It should have been the same universe. Suicide Squad should have been after Origins. But like it's just I don't know. We're living in a weird timeline. We're living in a weird timeline. I don't know. Let me see. Will Smith with Prep Time versus Batman. Depends if Batman's telling jokes. Nightmare. I am going to do Bloodborne. Right now we're doing Elden Ring. Which, by the way, have you guys played Elden Ring? I'm looking for opinions on this because... Oh, hey, Purple Bear. Hello. I appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Here's the thing with Elden Ring. I'm on part 12, right? How many hours am I in? I don't remember. Technically, I probably have like another 6 parts done that are not edited. Controversial opinion. I think that might be my least favorite From Software game. Like, really. I still really, really like it. Lumen picking up Elden Ring on a sale. Dude, that's like the based way to do gaming in general. Most things need to be picked up on a sale, which is sad, but we're at that point. I don't know. I mean, I love Elden Ring still, but like, I don't know. It's just not. It's not to me what Dark Souls is. It's not to me what Demon Souls is, or even Bloodborne. Hey, the Bazooka Trooper. My brother was not weirded out when you met him. Yes, you were awkward, but it made my day, and everyone in my family was happy for them. Dude, thank you very much. I appreciate that. I was glad to meet you guys. It was really nice to meet someone out. I just feel like I dropped the ball. I'm not really the most interesting or social person in real life with when I don't know people very well. Nightfall, what's my worst movie theater experience? Dumbasses on their phone in the front row, like literally jump off a bridge. Like, what is wrong with you? Why'd you pay this much money? You literally are getting bent over by the theater to be there, right? Like, unless you're like the son of the guy who is like running the theater, like you're like the son of AMC Theaters, you're like Patrick AMC. Like, what are you doing? You paid like $15 for a ticket to freaking be there. Like, what was the point? Sandwich Boy, thank you so much for the super chat. I really appreciate it. Thank you, thank you. What do I think about Sekiro from Piss Monkey? I like your name. I haven't actually played through all of it. I've only played a little bit of it. I'm gonna go back to it. Here's the thing with it. I found the lore least interesting in Sekiro. That's why I didn't care. Like, it's just Japan. You know, I know that it has some different stuff in it, but like, to me, you have like Lordran and Boletaria and all these other places, and the Hunter's Dream, like all these crazy ass places from the From Software games, and these different deities and lore and outer gods, right? And then you have Japan. Now, Japan's cool, right? It's really cool, but like it's just not as interesting to me as like we have the Cthulhu gods, H.P. Lovecraft in the flesh, you know. It's like for Bloodborne. Or like these chalice dungeons, they're constantly changing. You can put in codes and find deleted cut content. It's like crazy stuff. There's aliens that are gods in this universe. And Japan. I don't know. That's just not as interesting to me, I guess. Who asked if I'm getting Lego Skywalker Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga? Lucas, I am getting it. If anything, just for I don't know, to support like another single player game. Yeah, I agree with you, by the way. I agree with Random Nerd that the point is that it's supposed to be different, but I guess, like, the thing is, it still has all the same fundamental gameplay. Like, the only difference is that the world is so big that it feels more directionless to me. I still really like it, though. Sammy Samurai King, if Ash Williams versus Jason and Michael Myers, who would win? Probably Ash, because I think that happened in the comics, didn't it? I mean, it was more like a stalemate, but I'm pretty sure Ash basically won. But, like, you can't kill Ash. Like, if you kill Ash, you are out an entire franchise. Whereas you can kill these other guys. They just come back. They just, I don't know. It's interesting. I don't know if I'd want to see Robin yet in the Batman 2. Maybe 3, basket case. You know, maybe 3. It's year 2 Batman. He's pretty new. I know he got Robin pretty early, but... Oh, wait. Sandwich Boy, I love Sekiro. It's one of my favorite From Software games, but I enjoy all their games I've played. Yeah, I like them all too. I'm interested to see it. Or, I mean, play it more. I guess why did I say see it? But, I don't know. I guess I'm just not really, it's like the least interesting lore to me, I suppose. Robin feels like more year 3 from TJ. Yeah, I guess he does to me too. I mean, at least in live action. But I don't know if they're going to skip ahead anyways. You know, they might skip ahead X amount of time before the next movie. Robin at the start of the next trilogy said... Sup, Nep? Yeah, you know, that would be cool. I mean, like, if they do another trilogy. I did love the Batman, Arshia. Made 2 reviews. Spoiler free and spoiler. Loved it. Rated R Red Hood game with Nemesis system and dismembering mechanics, Umar. That could be cool, but I almost feel like they would just make him so edgy just to be edgy if they were going to do that. Hey, Hooded Badass, take care. It was nice to see you. Hope you have a good day. So, Hyperion, I'm interested in Moon Knight too, but I'm actually behind. I'm behind in the MCU a little bit right now. I actually didn't watch Eternals. I just didn't care. But a friend gave it to me, like the 4K of it. So I'm going to watch it soon. Spider Ant, my channel's dying. How can I fix that? Well, here's the sucky thing. I feel you. You know, so here's the thing. You can look at my channels too. I mean, one, it's just that time of year. This time of year sucks ass for YouTube. It just does. I know you can probably find somebody doing insanely well, but like just for some reason, this part of the year starts to be bad. I think it's because people start actually going outside again and living a life, at least in the States, versus like staying inside all night and all day. But the thing with YouTube right now is like, you know, they really want you to pick a niche and focus on it. I mean, like if I wanted to, I could put up like top 5 hairy buttholes in Batman Arkham tomorrow and I'd get more views than like something important that I'd do, right? Like I'm not saying I can't make an important Batman video, but I'm saying like I could just cash in on it and not really try. And the way the algorithm works, it rewards that because it wants you to focus in on a niche and just do that. The problem with that is that it kills creativity and it makes you not want to do the platform anymore. It's why so many people quit. So I guess my advice would honestly be focusing on what you want to do. Because like you can just cash in, you could become like a Star Wars channel. I'm not shitting on those people. Like a lot of them do it because they like it, not because they're cashing in, but like you could become like a Suicide Squad only channel, but as soon as that well dries up, you're dead in the water. No one cares about you anymore. So I honestly think you should just do your channel the way you want to do it. I know it might sound like bad advice, but Master of Boobs Batman movie needed more boobs. Also, boobs. Master of Boobs, I completely agree. It needed Zoe Kravitz boobs. That's what I'm saying. Don't you think? Don't you guys think that movie would have been better with a Zoe Kravitz sex scene? Like, I'm not saying that it would. I'm just asking the question. You know, I'm a journalist. I ask important questions here. Arkham vs. Batman versus John Wick, Captain Couch Potato, probably John Wick. I mean, I know they'll write Batman so that he wins, but like John Wick kills everyone and he has no problem killing. He's basically Batman who kills. So like, I don't know. I just don't see. I don't know. I don't see Batman pulling through that one. Maybe he could, though. They'd probably write him so he did. They write Batman so he never loses. You know what was great, though, by the way? I meme on him all the time. But in The Button, it's actually a storyline in DC. It was in Rebirth. It was before Doomsday Clock. It's like a 3-issue arc, 4-issue arc. Couple of Flash, couple of Batman. One of the things I love about it is that Batman is ambushed by Reverse Flash and absolutely destroyed. And he's able to fight back so that he doesn't die, but he loses, like really bad. He's just able to basically hold off Reverse Flash to kind of get him out of there before he dies. And I really like that because I think too often they write that character just so he can't lose, which is kind of, I don't know, like not relatable. I think that has kind of put people off of the character a little bit. It's also given like a lot of bad, I don't know if I'd say interpretations, but like bad feelings towards the character where like you write I don't know, a storyline and Batman's in it and you just know he can't lose at all. I just think that kind of stuff removes stakes from it, you know. Remember the days of like Nightfall where like his back was utterly destroyed and he had to come back from it? Like that kind of stuff was crawling out of the hole. It's one of the things I really like about The Dark Knight Rises is they don't just act like Batman can't lose. Like he was being an idiot, staying in his house for like 7 years, didn't work out, didn't do anything, walking on a limp, and then he comes back and thinks he's at his peak. It's like, no, you're not. You're literally going to absolutely die. So I think that they kind of need to write the character in a way that's humanized like that. I really like that. Yeah, Basket Case, James Tinian's Batman loses a lot. Yeah, he still loses, but he doesn't just die, which I think is good. I don't know. Victory has defeated you, Doom at dusk. Yeah, it's such a good line. It's crazy. Let's see. Bazooka Trooper, do you still go to Hot Comics? I do. I do go to the Hot Comics and the Source. I'm glad you love the Snyder Cut, by the way. I adore the Snyder Cut. I gotta show you guys something real quick, and I'll talk to you more about the Snyder Cut. I'm in my pajama pants. Let's see here. I have been collecting steelbooks of the DCEU. I don't know. Some of you are going to think that's a W. Some of you are going to think that's an L. What? I've been going all out. I've been going all out to get these. I'm only missing the Suicide Squad right now. I'm telling you. It's, well, I'm going to go forwards through them, all right? So we're going to start at the beginning, just real quick. I'm going to set some of these on the floor. But going forwards through them, starting timeline-wise, I'm counting these now because of Keaton, okay? I got Returns and the original, right? Batman Returns and Batman the original. Sorry that this is mirrored, but I can't do anything about it. One of the things I love about these is because they got, you know, Keaton on the back. I love Keaton. I know it's now unpopular to like Keaton, but I love the guy. And they've got the characters on the back here for Returns. Oh, is it not mirrored for you guys? Weird, it is for me. Maybe it's just what I'm looking at so I can see a mirror. I got Man of Steel. This one's like really expensive now. Also, Sandwich Boy, thank you very, very much for the super chat. I recently modded my Witcher 3 game. Have I read the books or played any of the Witcher stuff or watched the Netflix show? I haven't really because I didn't like The Witcher 2. You know, I know that's like an L take. Everybody like hated on me for that. I want to go back though, but like I want to play 3. But the thing is, I'm like such a completionist that I'm like, I can't play 3 without playing 1 and 2. What am I doing here? So I don't know. I'm like conflicted. I mean, do you guys think I can play 3 without playing 1 and 2, or do you think I should just suck it up and play 1 and 2? Because I didn't like the combat in those games. That was my thing. But yeah, I love this. Like, it's got the on the back. It's got the black and white. These are done by Jim Lee. Let's see here. There was more. I have Wonder Woman 84. I don't know if anyone cares about this, but I'm going to show them off because like this is my only accomplishment in life is having these physical things. Got Wonder Woman. You recommend I watch the show, Jester? I'd like to watch the show. Smo says you can go straight to 3. Wonder Woman 84 does kind of suck. I mean, like, I'm not a big fan of it, but I wanted to own it. Because I just want to own all of them. I don't know. It's not like the worst superhero movie I've ever seen, but it's not that good to me either. I've got BVS, and it's the same thing on the back. It's the Jim Lee sketch. I'm going to have to put these all back in order later.
Hey, Bobby.
What?
Are your pants that were on the couch, are they dirty?
Probably.
Okay.
Thank you.
Why don't you tell them that you're stinky?
Okay, yeah, I don't pick up my clothes enough.
Mm-hmm.
I've got this, or the original Suicide Squad, as people say, the better Suicide Squad. That's a joke. That's a meme. The Belle Reve on the back. Let's see. We only have a few more and then I'll stop. I'll just kind of rush through these. Got Justice League, but I took out the Joss Whedon crap cut and I put in the Snyder cut. Got Aquaman, of course. Wish we could edit Mira off of there, but we can't. Got Shazam. Again, the Jim Lee art. I was gonna say the Suicide Squad, but I'm an idiot. Birds of Prey. I like this movie fine. I don't know. I people don't like it, but I did. And then obviously Joker, even though it's off in its own multiversal world, in the worlds of DC as they call it. But I love that movie too. I'll have to pick those up later, but I'll just set them on the floor for now. Let's see. Yeah, Amber Heard sucks. Basket case. It's crazy how someone so hot can be such a dick. Just really not a fan. Isaiah, am I excited for the Black Adam movie? I absolutely am. Captain Couch Video, here's my thing with the Gotham TV show. Everybody loves it now, and I never liked it. So, like, I feel like if I make a video on it, it's just me shitting on it. You know? I don't know. I mean, like, I can do that. I do that sometimes with stuff, right? Like, not every video I make is positive, but there's certain videos where if I have nothing positive to say, I guess, like, I just don't want to make a video on it. A lot of the times because, like, it's just me shitting on something people like, and I kind of find that annoying. Like, there's enough channels focused on just doing that. Smos, do you like Jerome? Yeah, I like Jerome. Alfred's cool. I also thought the Riddler guy was cool. Eros, watch Eternals. I'm gonna watch Eternals. I'm behind. I haven't watched Eternals, Loki, or What If, but I know a lot of the stuff that happens in them, so it doesn't really matter because like the internet blasted everywhere immediately. So I just don't have a lot of time. I work like 60 to 70 hour weeks. That's kind of the problem. I do a lot of editing. I do a lot of stuff around here. So Podcast Now, channels like Podcast Now, he hates everything. Absolutely. Podcast Now, constantly the bane and cancer of the internet. How dare Alex have an opinion? Alex, it's nice to see you here. I appreciate you being here. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Jay, did you see the Hogwarts Legacy gameplay from Sammy? I am in love with it. Yeah. I'm in love with it. It looks fantastic. I'm not even a big Harry Potter guy. Like, I'm really not. But, like, I'm looking forward to that game. I'm constantly asking Alex about it. Like, I'm constantly asking him, like, hey, what is this thing? Or, like, what's the deal with this? Because I've only watched, like, 1 or 2 of the movies, and I don't care to read the books. But, I don't know. I'm looking forward to playing it. Dorky Warrior. Aw, look at Jay Jr. Gonna cry? I like how in that movie, by the way, so Peter's a dick, right? And that's like the lesson is that Peter was an asshole. But like Harry was too, right? And he also tried to murder him with a bomb. Like, do people forget this? Did Sam Raimi forget that when he wrote that movie? And then, like, Harry takes the moral high ground, like, you don't deserve my help after what you did to me. And then turns his face so he sees his scarred face. It's like, dude, you tried to blow his head off. You literally tried to decapitate your friend with a bomb. What are we doing here? I mean, like, I like their dynamic a lot, but it's really funny. Yeah, Tobey Maguire, I thought Tobey Maguire was almost fired before Spider-Man 2. Believe it or not, Philip. It was, they were looking at replacing him with Jake Gyllenhaal. So, yeah, he said that he had back problems and he wanted to renegotiate his contract, right? That's part of the story. And then Sony, like, called his bluff and they were like, no, you can't renegotiate your contract, blah, blah, blah. And then they were like, well, fine, you've been kind of a diva about this. We're going to get someone new. And then he was like, wait, no, don't do that. And I guess kind of begged to come back. So, I don't know. I'm going to take a drink here real quick. This is going to lay down for 1 second. You're looking at a popcorn ceiling as if it is the 1970s all over again. We've got a ghetto setup going on here. I have an ice drink. And it's lemonade. And that ice drink is what is propping up my phone so that it doesn't shake for the entire stream. So, Michael Myers, do you simp for Kate Bishop? I absolutely do. Let's turn this a little bit so that I'm not like sitting like this. And then, oh, there we go. Perfect. Now I'm down at your level. Short people height. Not Chad 6'5" height. Yeah, so I know. Everybody says, this is from Saram. I'm hoping I'm saying your name right. Says to watch the Harry Potter movies. I will watch them eventually. Are you guys going to be mad if I start at Fantastic Beasts? And then, like, what if I base my entire premise off of Fantastic Beasts? Like, I'm like, wait a minute, this doesn't make sense. Dumbledore's supposed to be with Grindelwald. What's going on? Or, like, later on, I'm like, now, hold on. Isn't Nagani, or whatever her name is, isn't she a snake? What's happening? People are going to be so mad. I don't understand. Why don't the Muggles have wands like they did in Fantastic Beasts 3? Opinions on Brave and the Bold. Who is this from? Anne. I like it. I used to be like elitist about Brave and the Bold. I used to kind of hate on it. But like the thing is, it's really fun. I've come to respect it like Adam West, you know? I know it's like more... I don't know. I know it's like more serious than that, but like kind of its own thing. So I don't know. I respect it. I mean, my favorite Batman, I guess I'd say cartoons, are probably The Batman and the animated series. So those are my favorites. Dorky Warrior, I have not played Genshin Impact. I have not. I'm an addictive person, and I don't want to get into a game that wants me to spend even more money. That's kind of my problem. I already have that with Fallout 76. Like, I know everybody memes on the game, but I really enjoy it for what it is. And I spend too much money on stuff like that. Bazooka Trooper made my brother's week when you met him. Batman v Superman is the best. Steel case, I agree. It has a fantastic steel case. Have you read Teen Titans Academy? I love it, but I'm 2 issues behind. You know, I saw it at the store the other day and I didn't pick it up. Is it good? What's the deal with Teen Titans Academy? Like, is it in the Teen Titans comics, or I'm sorry, Teen Titans show universe? Because I actually don't know. I saw Red X. I saw similar character designs, but I wasn't sure because I also saw the Wally West who's black, like who is not the normal Wally West from that universe, right? So I was like, is this its own thing? Is this in the comics universe? Is this in the show universe? I guess I just didn't know, but I'd have to look it up. Favorite collector's item I own. Who is this from? Shake and Bake. Oh, gee. I don't know. I mean, possibly one of them might be... I'll move this real quick. Well, I was going to say I don't like showing off all my possessions, but I guess I do enjoy, like, you know, collecting stuff. And I just did show off Steelbook, so maybe I'm a hypocrite. But my Captain Rex might be, like, one of my favorites from Star Wars. I absolutely love my Funko Pop of Captain Rex. But I also have been kind of getting some, you know, statues and stuff going over here.
Well, my favorite is my Sailor Moon statue.
Jill's favorites are Sailor Moon statues. Can you see my hand in the video, Jill? Did you shut your... Oh, well, some kind of wife you are.
Yeah, you can see your hand.
Okay, what's going on here? Yeah, her Sailor Moons are her favorite. I really like the Fallout New Vegas Rangers we've got. So, I don't know. We got stuff. I've been trying to downsize, though. It's like, I'm trying to get more of a physical media collection so that, I don't know, so that, like, I don't have to rely on streaming as much. But the thing is, I feel like... I don't know. I feel like I have too much stuff. You know what I mean? Like, I'm more of a minimalist. I know it might not seem like it, but I am. And I'm really not a fan of, like, hoarding things. So, like, I want to have physical media, like books, CDs, Blu-rays, 4K, stuff like that, so that I have access to it. But I also like all this trinkety stuff, but, like, I don't want to be, like, a hoarder. So I've kind of been trying to be more selective, and I've sold a lot of stuff. Like, I think I've sold like 50 Funko Pops to get rid of them. I used to have like over 300 of them or something crazy like that. I think genuinely, I think I sold like 75 of them just to like clear stuff out because I was like, this is kind of getting to be too much. Kit Kat Lizzo, where are the Legos? Oh, I'm glad you asked. So up here, I have Funko Pops from different stuff, like Full Metal Alchemist, some of my favorite movies, stuff like that. But then I also do have Lego figures and things of the such, like Star Wars. And I've got, we get over to Batman and DC, things like that. We're kind of in the DC section, actually, of stuff because I have like a lot of DC Pops and different things. Then I have like my video game Pops. Some of my favorites are actually my Assassin's Creed ones, like Ezio, Connor, Edward. Some of these ones I absolutely love. Kingdom Hearts stuff down here. Somebody asked my favorite collector's item. Actually, one of the other ones might be my complete version of Pokemon Silver. I know it's not like that impressive. It's only like, I don't know, 100 and something bucks, but I really like that, and it's hard to find now. And then over here, I also have Legos. Like I have, let's see here, like my Marvel Legos with some of my Marvel comics and stuff. Then I also have other miscellaneous comics that I've been putting down here. But yeah, I don't know. That's kind of the stuff. I had to install shelves in here so that I could fit it all because it just kind of became too much. The problem is, like, you know, it's like so easy to just blow all your money on trinket stuff. Like I love collectibles. I really love them, but it just, I don't know. It gets so expensive, man. You know, like for me personally, I'm not the best with my money. Like I'm a bit of a Nick Cage when it comes to my money, where like I should be doing fine, but like I think I owe like $1,500 on a credit card that I have not paid yet because of that. I still owe money to a college, so I'm kind of sitting around like, well, I probably should be really damn selective when I get something because it's just not smart to put yourself into debt for stuff. It's just not smart. So,
come show them my Minecraft.
oh, why do you want them to see your Minecraft?
Don't put me on the camera. Just take the Minecraft and show them.
No, I put your hand in the camera.
Really?
Yeah, they can see your hand.
I built it.
It's the Jilly hand.
It's mine.
That's.
Hello.
Oh yeah, and we also have these. Jilly, you should have mentioned that we should have shown our amiibos.
Well, that's true.
I'm also like ultra paranoid about showing my stuff off that I'm gonna get robbed, but considering that like I'm like a, well, I don't know. I don't want to say firearm expert. My dad was a firearm enthusiast, so let's just say home protection is not really an issue. However, I just kind of am always like, you know, I don't know. I'm not wealthy at all, but like the stuff I have makes it look like I am. So I'm always like, oh shit, I hope someone's not going to like rob me and like bend me over here or something. Let's see. The letter A, are you a Jurassic Park fan? If so, are you excited for Jurassic World Dominion? I'm a Jurassic Park fan. I'm not a fan of Jurassic World 2. I'm just kind of tired of it. You know, like I thought that it got way too outlandish. But again, it's Jurassic Park, so maybe that's me. Edward Nigma, what do you think of Assassin's Creed Unity? Overhated. I used to hate it. So, overhated, including from me in the past. But I really like it now. You know, like, so here's the thing. Arno should not have been a character that they very clearly wanted to emulate the mannerisms of Ezio with. But it has some of the best climbing in the series, right? It has good combat. I think the world's really cool. So a lot of stuff like that I thought was really neat. I just kind of wish that they, I don't know, stuck the landing better when they launched it. Like, it was so glitchy, and they never came back from that perception. They just never did. AC Unity is good after the patches. I agree, Cabbage Farmer. Here's the problem. Nobody wants to go back to it after the patches. Like, maybe you and I do, but tons of people will just never play it. You know, that's kind of how these things work when they launch, and they, I don't know, don't work right. Just you lose people, and they have a lot of stuff going on. Yeah, it's like what Arshia said about Cyberjunk 2069, which is funny. Because the thing with Cyberpunk is, like, that game, I haven't even played it, like, since they patched it and stuff, but apparently they really have been improving it, like, a lot, and modders have been turning it into a very good game. But how many people care? You know, like, how many people care now compared to how many people would have cared if it launched good and got better? Instead, it launched as a train wreck, and it's getting good, right? And maybe someday it'll be amazing. You know, maybe someday modders plus, you know, CD Projekt Red will turn it into the best thing ever. But who cares? Because, like, people aren't going to go back to it. Jalen Donica, I watch and rewatch all your videos. First off, thank you. I appreciate that. You are keeping me not homeless. I love your sense of humor and love your personality. I'm happy you finally got to 100K. Been waiting since 8K subs. Dude, thank you. It's crazy to see an OG who's been around for that long. Jill finished the cleaning. If you guys heard me say uh-oh in the other room, it's because I dropped something. What'd you drop, Jill?
The box of the dolls that we're selling.
Oh.
Yeah, I bumped into them and then I dropped them all on the floor and then I yelled, uh-oh, and I thought maybe they heard me.
Jill dropped a bunch of her dolls. I didn't even hear you, so they probably didn't.
Well, that's probably true.
Bazooka, Teen Titans Academy is good, but not in the show universe. That's interesting because it uses some of the same, it's interesting. It uses some of the same character designs. Goes with the comics, I guess. Also, quick flex. I own signed pop of Batman the Animated Series. Oh, dude, that's awesome. Me and my brother, favorite Lego DC figure in pop. My favorite Lego DC figure is probably my Man of Steel Superman, just because, you know, it's kind of a niche thing. And my favorite DC pop is probably, you know, I'd have to think about it. It might either be my Keaton Batman, or it would be The Dark Knight Returns Armored Batman, because I love that story. Yeah, Pablo, I completely forgot about the Wonder Woman game. Yeah, I'm hoping to find out more information about that near future here. I actually have a video coming up I want to do about it. Here's the thing, right? I want to do 5 costumes I want to see in the video. I have a couple of those, but the problem is I don't know if I'll just get a bunch of criticism if I choose something too revealing or something, since I am a man, so I'm not really sure what to do with that, because there's a lot of Wonder Woman costumes I like, but like I really like the 90s one, like the tacky like tank top one, that, or I guess I should say tube top one. Like I thought that one looked good, with the jacket and everything. I know it's a little tacky, but I thought it was fun, and I don't know if people will be like, oh, how do you? I don't know. Liz loves the Mafia games. Somebody asked me if I like the Mafia games. I've never played them, but I watched Alex play the one. It looked fun. I apologize for not seeing who asked that. I was looking. Oh, Shake and Bake asked that. Yeah, Saram, have Jill make that video for you. Yeah, I should. I could just like bring her out and say that if they criticize me, they're criticizing a bisexual woman. Show me crop top Wonder Woman, says Jill. Yeah, that is the way to go. I'd be shocked if they didn't do the DCEU. I never read Batman Year 100, by the way, Smoked. It looks so weird, and I have always been meaning to look into it, but I just never did. I think, Edward Nigma, I think that the Wonder Woman Nemesis system is going to work with her convincing certain people to join her because she's Wonder Woman. You know what I mean? She just has that effect on people. However, you could also actually do the lasso of truth, right? I mean, you could say in this universe that's kind of like branding people. Keandre Flowers, Jay, you missed my message. When was your message? When was your message? I saw Super Can, and then I saw Superman. Oh, question. Do you think Superman is more iconic than the Joker? I think he was. I think that as like a symbol of hope and stuff like that, absolutely. I think that now probably more people care about Joker. I think that's kind of sad though. Like Joker's a fantastic character, but it really annoys me that people just don't seem to care about Superman anymore. Like a lot of people just don't. And it's disappointing. Smozed, I played a little bit of Metal Gear Rising. I played the demo. That's like one of the few Metal Gear games I never fully played. So when we get there in our playthroughs, assuming that Nate hasn't had like 5 kids and his wife's boyfriend hasn't moved in, I'm hoping to play that with him, but we'll see. Shadow says, so here's the thing. I'm not shitting on you, but that idea, Superman's OP so you don't care about him, I think that idea is kind of a common one, but I think the problem is it leads to a lot of misconceptions, because just because someone can't necessarily kill Superman himself doesn't mean they can't affect him and kill those around him or affect him and his world a lot, you know? I think that that's one of the things that something like Superman and Lois is kind of showing. I think somebody mentioned that too. Cabbage Farmer mentioned that. That's something that like they're showing, you know, is like you can affect this person's world. Something the Smallville shows is like even if Superman doesn't die, he's human, right, at his core. Like yes, he's Kryptonian obviously, but he's human, and he goes through all these painful times. One of my favorite, I believe it's in Superman Reborn. It's a storyline taking place in Rebirth, leading up to Doomsday Clock, and it has one of my favorite panels in it. It's like one of the ending panels, and it shows like what Superman has to deal with, and it shows him hearing the world, you know, and hearing what people are feeling, and like hearing the suffering and not being able to stop all of it. You know, something like that I think is really interesting, because it sounds like probably stupid when I'm explaining it, because I'm just me explaining it. But one of the things I love about it is that they show this humanization of his character. They show this humanization of who he is deep down at his core. Like he is a person who cares. Clark's biggest weakness will never be kryptonite. It never will be. Because you can kill him, but you can't kill what he represents. You know, you can't kill the idea of Superman in that universe, even if you do kill him. But I think that it's frustrating because people don't see that. You know what I mean? They see like OP Superman, and that's all they see. My favorite Superman comic storyline is definitely All-Star Superman. I know that might be a little bit, I don't know, basic, but like I love that. I also really like Superman for All Seasons. That was a good storyline. I think that if I'm remembering right, one of them I like, it's pretty old. It's from before New 52. Superman Brainiac's good. Superman Exiled is good, or Exile. I always forget. I have a lot of the graphic novels of some of these in the other room, but I'm not in there right now. The Cabbage Farmer asked, how's Nate's wife's boyfriend doing? Fantastic. Honestly, I wish he'd be on the Let's Play channel, but he said he's just too exhausted. He's just too tired. You know, he works too hard to keep that family together. Shadow Sith, I've only watched Man of Steel and Batman v Superman, so I only know those Superman, but yeah, you have a really good point. Yeah, so here's the thing. If you're ever interested, I'm just saying, you or anyone, even if you don't want to read the comics, I'm going to Thickums McDickums walk over here in my pajama pants, but even if you don't have a big interest in reading the comics, some Superman movies I'd recommend, actually. Let's see here. Well, first off, I don't think I've unsealed this yet because I bought this a while ago and I haven't gotten to it yet, but this show, very humanizing for Superman. Superman, the complete animated series. It's on Blu-ray. It's not that expensive. It's also on HBO Max. It's in the DC animated universe, the old one, Bruce Timm, Paul Dini, all that stuff. So it's canon to Batman, the animated series, and Justice League Unlimited, so on. This is fantastic for humanizing Superman. This is also a slightly nerfed Superman, so he does take a little bit more punishment than other Supermen do a lot of the times, but it's worth checking out. Also, Rich, I will get to your super chat in just a second, but thank you. I will get to it. Another great movie is Superman versus the Elite. Very, very short. This is a story about these superheroes. I'm just going to like really summarize it. They show up and they start killing villains, and people wonder if Superman's way still works. Very short, self-contained story. I believe it's based off of the comic story Superman, Whatever Happened to the American Dream, or Whatever Happened to Truth, Justice, and the American Way. It's something like that. Very, very good. And then finally, All-Star Superman is my favorite Superman movie of all time. It's also my favorite book of all time regarding Superman. This is something that if you want to get into this character and find out why people like him, worth watching. It also addresses your question of why, like, of Superman going through a terminal experience. So to kind of explain it, like, this is about, I'm not going to spoil it, but in the first 20 minutes, it's about a Superman who is dying. And the question is, what happens when this man, who is seen as a god, is dying? What will he leave behind? Who is he? Who is he outside of just this image? I think that that's amazing. I love all three of those very, very much. Yeah, the girl who is going to commit suicide in All-Star, like there's a really, really important scene in the comic that I think was really good. I don't really remember that scene from the movie. I don't remember exactly if that scene was in the movie, but either way, I love that movie. I haven't watched it in about 2 years, though, so I'd like to watch it again. I wanted to show Jill it, because she's never seen it. Going back to the last super chat from Rich Speck. First off, thank you very much for the $5 super chat. I appreciate you very much. Rich said, I found your channel 2 days ago because I decided to play through the Arkham games again. Cool channel, good videos. You and your buddies are funny. Hey, man, I appreciate it very much. I appreciate you sticking around and checking out the channel. If you are interested, it might not be, well, I guess it's not in the description for this yet because I'm live currently. I suppose I could edit it in real quick, but if you'd probably have to refresh this to see it. But I was going to say that with our channel, if you do like it a lot, which I appreciate very much, we also have a secondary channel, Degenerate Plays, where we hang out, play video games. We used to live stream a lot there playing games. I'd like to bring back live streaming some. It's just something that it's hard to have time for because of how much I work right now. But it's something I want to bring back. So if you want to check it out, I just added it into the description down below. Although you might have to actually refresh this. Spectre NRG, you should review and go over different Batman comics and anime movies. I'd like to do more of them. I've just been trying to branch out and do some different stuff because it got really kind of, I don't know, it got really kind of frustrating only being known for Batman. So I really liked I don't know, I've really enjoyed kind of doing other stuff too. Senseless Face, do you regularly read monthly comics? Yes and no. It depends on the run. I lose interest a lot. My problem is that a lot of the times when I get invested, things like Constantine Rebirth, they just get canceled or they just get taken off the shelves and just no one cares anymore. So that's kind of my issue. At this point, a lot of times I read trades more often. Bazooka, have you read DC Dark Knights of Steel? I just got the first 3 issues today. Have you read it? I haven't started Dark Knights of Steel. I usually wait a little bit further into the event, stuff like that, but I really like death metal. I know a lot of people did not. I'm kind of glad that they moved away from a certain character following that storyline because he was kind of hitting the end of his viability, I think. But Piss Monkey, hey man, it's been nice seeing you. Hopefully this is not your final goodbye. He says, I gotta go. I've loved your videos for like the past 2 or 3 years. I hope you love them for the next 2 or 3 years to come. Victor, do I read manga? Selectively. I really loved the Pokemon manga, like Pokemon Adventures. I really loved Tsubasa Reservoir Chronicles. Trying to think here about what else I read. I read Rockman EXE, which is Mega Man NT Warrior. I really like that. I would have read Full Metal, but like I would rather watch it because Brotherhood's pretty much the same thing. Aaron Yeager said you want me to do a Full Metal Alchemist video. I'd like to. Probably when I rewatch it. Eternal, am I a horror fan? Where have you been? I just reviewed the 2 Halloween movies a while back. Well, I guess 3 now. But yeah, I love horror. I love good horror. I don't like cringe lord horror. You know what I mean? Like, I like Saw 1 horror. I like, The Conjuring horror. I like things like that. Classic slasher. That kind of stuff. Like, we hit a point now where I think a lot of horror is like, how edgy can I be? And it's like, to me, that's not scary. Like, I could, like, show a decapitated head and, like, put my hand in it and make it talk and shit. And it's like, that's not really scary. It's just kind of gross, you know? I don't really like that a lot of horror has become edgelord shit now. It's just kind of boring to me. Not to be like the, I don't know what you'd say, like the, odd man out on horror. Just kind of got a little annoying to me how ridiculous that it has gotten as a genre compared to where it used to be. Which I guess it did used to be ridiculous too. At least we're not making like things killing again. Quiet Place is good. Kenny, Quiet Place is good. Didn't see the second one, but the first one's good. Blumhouse is usually good, I agree. But it depends. It depends. Yeah, I don't know if I'd call 7 horror. I guess, like, it's like psychological thriller. Kind of is horror-ish, but not really. It's kind of hard to, I don't know. It's a good movie, though, but I don't know if I'd call it horror or not. Maybe it is classified that way, though. I am not really sure. Jill's sending butterflies. Am I going to watch the FNaF movie if they make it? Asked Briggs. You know what's funny? I'd actually like to. I have a soft spot for FNaF. Everybody memes on FNaF. They're all like, it's terrible, it's overplayed, it's boring. I don't know. I think it's fun. I really like the lore to it. I like all the stuff with the crying child. I like all the stuff with the puppet. I like all the stuff with, obviously Freddy, Chica, Bonnie, Foxy, all those classic ones. It did get a little complicated, but my thoughts on Happy Death Day, I'm going to be honest, Couch Farmer, I'm not really a fan.
It wasn't a butterfly, it was 2 people elbow bumping.
Oh, I thought it was a butterfly.
Also, I watched Happy Death Day. That movie was really bad.
Jill hated Happy Death Day, I guess. Michael Afton or William Afton, who's better? Michael's the son, right? Michael was the one who, like, ends up being a protagonist. William is the purple guy or the Springtrap. I mean, they're very different. I guess I would say that Springtrap, I still genuinely think is the best, scariest villain in that franchise. And I think that Michael was really interesting near the end. I still don't understand all the lore, though. Like, I feel like I'm, maybe I just don't get all of it. I don't know. It's very complicated, though. Shake and Bake, what would you refer to as analog horror, like, specifically? Also, thoughts on the Morbius lies from Kenny. Do you mean like about it being tied into stuff and then all of a sudden not being tied into stuff? That's really weird. Unless there's something else. Goosebumps was fun, Nightmare Geek, But are we talking about like the old books? Because the books are fun. Favorite Soulsborne boss from Sandwich Boy? You know what? I don't know. The Orphan of Cause is insane. I love that boss. It might be that. Jordan, I did not watch X. I don't actually know what that is. Is that the... No, never mind. I was thinking of the... What is this one? Oh, no, X is... No, I'm not thinking of that one. I was thinking of this movie that was made by all women, and it was a bunch of anthology like films, and it was kind of like VHS. That was what I thought of when you first said it. Did people like X? Like, what's it actually about? A group of actors sets out to make an adult film in rural Texas under the noses of their reclusive hosts. But when the elderly couple catches their young guests in the act, the cast finds themselves in a desperate fight for their lives. Against what, elderly people? I mean, couldn't you just knock them down the stairs? Am I mean? I'm a mean person, aren't I? I'm a mean person. Yeah, Kenny, I find the lies about it being tied into stuff stupid. I mean, I never really had much of an interest in Mobius. Or Morbius. I always mess up his name. Kanye East 3, dude. Going off the beaten track there on the compass. My favorite story-based game is definitely Fallout New Vegas. I loved it. Love it. Let's see. Keandre, do you think Tobey Maguire and Deadpool will show up in Multiverse of Madness? I think they should. I don't know if they will or not. I mean, Tobey was excited. Did you guys see this stuff with where he was talking about how he said, "Thank God they asked me to come back. It's about time." He was very excited to be back. So I think that he'll be back. I just don't know when. Chicken Permission, we talked about Will Smith slapping Chris probably about 10 minutes in for, I don't know, 10 minutes-ish, if you want to hear about it. But my TLDR was I find it funny that he doesn't have a problem with his son's friend absolutely blasting his wife and everyone knowing about it, but he doesn't like jokes. I don't dislike Will Smith. I mean, like, people make fun of me all the time. It's pretty easy target. I'm kind of fat. I'm nerdy. There's a lot of stuff going on here. So I understand, like, maybe getting frustrated, especially when someone takes a shot at your wife. But, like, I mean, people are taking shots in his wife, and he doesn't care. So it's just kind of odd. Kit Kat Lizzo, I have to go. It was fun attending for the first time in a while. Hey, Liz, thanks for coming. Thanks for helping moderate the chat. I appreciate you very much. Liz is my friend in real life as well. The Cabbage Farmer, what do you think will happen when Kanye's come together for Kanye East, West, North, and South? I think that is the end times that Revelations speaks of. Personally, that's my opinion. Also, we're going to end this in a few minutes here. Hey, Aaron Yeager got a girlfriend. Congratulations. I'm guessing in real life and not in your anime, right? It's 5:43 here for me, so I'm going to end this in about 5 to 10 minutes just to wrap it up and let you guys know. Hey, Mr. X, how you doing? Does the Snyder Cut deserve an Oscar? Eternal asked. Honestly, who gives a crap about Oscars? That's my question. I mean, like, it's like a popularity contest. It's like the Academy. It's a bunch of people in Hollywood circle jerking each other. I don't know. I mean, I think it's funny because, like, I'm glad that they did in terms of... I don't know, like, I'm glad it did in terms of, like, WB getting the finger, like, from fans. Because WB's been kind of dumb with how they, like, I don't know, treat us. But, I don't know. It's kind of just ridiculous. Seth just got off work. I apologize, Seth. Maybe we will do the next one an hour later. That'd be a good idea. Just kind of to get everyone in. I am glad you're here, though. I thought you asked something else, Seth. Favorite scene from something, and I feel like I didn't see it. Oh, whoops, I accidentally clicked a message like a boomer. The King of Fat asked, ever watched Aqua Teen Hunger Force? Yeah, that is a old callback. Somehow it's coming back in pop culture, though, now, and I'm surprised by it. Did they reboot it or something? Yeah, the Oscars is like the meme where Obama is giving the award to himself, said "Big boy, I'm 9." Yeah, that's kind of my thing. I don't know. Yeah, I do agree. By the way, King of Fat, actors do deserve to get rewarded for their hard work in the film industry, but they're also rewarded consistently through $1 million paychecks. So I don't know. I mean, like, if nobody gave me an award for making these videos, which I don't expect nor do I want, but I got paid and I like the people that I'm talking to and hanging out with, I would think that would be enough, you know? Otherwise, it does kind of just turn into like a weird circle jerk type thing. And now they're talking about taking it back. Did you guys see that? Like, I guess they gave some white supremacist an Oscar back during World War II. I was reading about this, and they still didn't rescind that for some reason. Um, but they gave Will Smith the Oscar, and he slapped, they slapped Chris, and they're talking about maybe taking it back. I don't know. It just kind of, I don't know, just kind of odd to me. Long Halloween Part 1 and 2 is pretty good, by the way, Keandre asked. They are doing a complete version of it. Let me actually look this up. For anyone who cares, because I know some of you guys do collect physical movies, at least for the superhero stuff. I heard that they are doing a Long Halloween complete Blu-ray 4K thing this year. It was like, but I'm not sure because, let's see. No, that's a different thing. So Part 1 will be available on 4K Ultra HD combo pack at a later date in 2022 as a combined presentation of the film, The Batman Long Halloween Part 2. This was on Blu-ray.com. These guys are like really up to date on like the physical releases and stuff. Like they're far more into them than me. So I guess if nobody got it yet, or if somebody didn't get it yet, it might be worth picking it up then, because it's a good movie. Shadow Sith, I collect physical copy of all movies. I download games and buy physical games. Yeah, I do the same. I try to focus on physical. My nose is bothering me. Sorry, just a second. I try and focus on physical just because I like owning them, but it's getting a little hard to. Gross. Allergy attack. Allergy attack. Nightmare Geek, how is the cancer? Supposedly not a thing, but need to get another check. Ugh. I'm hoping that is the case. Because at worst, like stage 1, maybe 2. Very treatable. But the thing is, I got a test. I have to go back for another test soon, but they put them off because of my insurance and all kinds of other crap. Which, by the way, my insurance sucks ass. Like, now they don't want to pay for my medicine, which is ridiculous. So much for the Affordable Care Act, I guess. But I need to get that test, and I need to get one more test. And I'm not putting them off. I just got it. It's when it is. Does your state give out medical marijuana? Jonah, they do, but you can't own guns if they do that. And as somebody who is in the public light more and more, I'm not going to take something that doesn't allow me to protect my house. You know what I mean? Like, I would never want to hurt somebody, but I'm just not going to take a drug that would make it so that they would take away my ability to defend myself and my family. Like, just not smart, in my opinion. So yeah, like, Minnesota's weird like that. Like, they do have it, but they take away like a lot of rights from you when you take it. Like, they register you on lists. They take away your ability to own a firearm. They take away some other like right stuff too. It's very odd. Like, obviously you can still vote. It's not like you're a criminal, but it's just weird. Dan, I'm not gonna let you do that, but I appreciate it. I'm not reading that out loud for your own safety. Yeah. Okay, so I want to talk about that, by the way, real quick. Let's see. Shadow Sith said, why is the gold Batman suit locked in challenges? Yeah, it's stupid, isn't it? And yet, like, what's one of the first things that you can do when you go on, like, Nexus mods for Arkham Knight on PC? Like, one of the most downloaded Nexus mods for Arkham Knight, I believe, if it still is. Let me look here for popular all time. The second most popular all time is use the prestige suit at the start of the game in story mode. Downloaded by 19,000 players and upvoted by 644. Like, people wanted it. You know what I mean? I don't know. It's just ridiculous. You can, I don't know. I just don't get it. You should be able to, like, just start a new file with it, actually. That would be, like, a better way to do it. Jill says send a super sticker if you want Jay to kiss you. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate that. Here's the thing, Jonah. I don't know if they will drop a Robert Pattinson Batsuit for Arkham Knight. What I was seeing was Arkham Knight, the Batman skin. I was seeing something where they said something about it recently, but I didn't actually talk about it because... Oh, no, that's the last thing they said. Some crap about the Zoran R suit. They talked about delaying their game. They've talked about their different workers and developers, which is cool. Did they not say something about this? Like, I saw somebody say something like that they acknowledged that people wanted it at one point. But now I don't really see it. So I guess I'm not sure. Maybe they didn't. Oh, here's the thing. I guess people were saying that they said that they acknowledged it on March 7th, but they didn't. What they said was somebody tweeted at them, whole theater yelling, "It's the Bat," and shifting into idle attack animations every time Pattinson is on screen. And Rocksteady said, "Seems reasonable to us." But the thing is, like, I don't really think that that's them acknowledging anything. They're just kind of making a joke about, the Batman. I'm really disappointed at how Rocksteady handled the post-game stuff for Knight. Like, I really think the Season of Infamy should have been in the game from the get-go, and they should have actually added in, Prometheus later on. And I also think that it's frustrating because I think you really could have done more with the skins and the suits for all these games. Like, look at how... Jill, is that you wanting to eat?
No, I just thought that Chinese food sticker looked yummy.
Oh, I think it's funny because, like, you look at Insomniac Spider-Man and they just added stuff in forever for free. I know it's basically like a PlayStation thing and they get a lot of money for it, but, like, Arkham Knight was swimming in cash. I just don't understand why they couldn't do something with that. I don't know. Oh, Bazooka Trooper, have a good night. I think I should end the stream here before Jill gets mad at me, because we are going to eat dinner soon, and we were going to play some Dark Souls, and I have to finish a video for tomorrow. My goal is to have done the video about the cut Joker scene, but I'm working on it. It'll either be that or something else, and then that the next day, so we'll see. But to answer real quick before we leave, Keandre, I think the Injustice movie sucked. It's a waste of time and money, in my opinion. It's just a big... I don't know. It's just sad. Last Ronin, you got to go back. It's going to be archived. Shake and bake. Have a good one. I am going to end it here, guys. I appreciate all of you. We'll do another one of these soon. Did you guys like this? I know that we kind of just hung out, but if you did, maybe we can do another one of these in a few weeks. Just kind of hang out and talk, answer some questions, do some chatting. I try and read and watch stuff between here so that when you guys ask me 100 things, I can't just say I've never seen any of them. But I appreciate you guys. I love you very much. Have a fantastic day. Needs a name. See you later. Edward, see ya. Jonah, I'll see you later. Isaiah, Sniper 6, Jeff, Kenny, Rogue Spectre, Briggs. Oh wait, what did Briggs ask me? Of course I love the Telltale games. Batman Telltale is awesome. I'll see you guys in the next one. Keandre, Bazooka, everybody. Have a fantastic day. Thank you to our moderators for helping mod. I appreciate you very much. I'll see you later. Pat, 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 pat. Stroke, 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 stroke. And Jonah, thank you so much for the super chat. I appreciate you. I'm trying to end it. Jill's phone sucks.